Friday night, Ben Simmons and the 76ers sprinting to a 30-point first-half lead, but his mentor, LeBron James, and the Cleveland Cavaliers were staring at a comeback. Only to see the Sixers' own 33-year-old J.J. Redick provide a lead they'd never give up. At the end, you had to give it up to both, each leaving a triple-double and their very best on the floor. And so on the floor of Wells Fargo Center, the Sixers look to tie a 36-year-old franchise record for consecutive wins in a single season. They'll take on the Dallas Mavericks on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Mavericks headed for their worst record since 1998-99. Slamming for two was Motley. He's a rookie from Baylor. They're taking a look at him. Only his 10th game, 6'9", 240.
You said Motley Crue earlier, and I started looking for Tommy Lee, Vince Neil, Nicky Six. None of those guys showed up. You lied to me.
I lied.
You were referring to Motley on the Mavericks.
I never promised the real Motley, that Motley Crue. Finally, the Sixers secured after all that. They do have a fresh 24. Simmons, nice look for Amir Johnson, ending the 0 for 4 for the Sixers to start the game. Smith, his ability, and you mentioned it, his ability to go downhill, as they say. Finney Smith, who has actually struggled with a shot in his 2 years in the NBA, shooting just 37.5%.
Struggled in his first year at Virginia Tech as well under Brad Greenberg. Then he transferred to Florida. Found some sunnier times there for him in his game. Steadily improved in Gainesville.
Seth Greenberg?
Yes. Did I say Brad Greenberg?
You did. The former Sixer GM for one season.
And the guy who drafted me in Portland.
Against Simmons, terrific defense. He came up with a swipe as well. Redick unable to convert, however. Sixers 3 for their first 11. And Covington has the miss by Harrison Barnes. Dario Saric drilling the three, and for Dario, his second bucket in the game. Dorian Finney-Smith lacing the three. Just a 30% shooter from beyond the NBA average, around 36%. Simmons working over Finney-Smith and having his way. Ben his second bucket. Redick, nice spot of full. Two got it done. In rhythm, beautifully done by Markelle. And a nice spot by J.J. Redick.
Great square of the shoulder. Sure, he faded away a little bit, but he got his shoulder squared and found that rim. Look at Smith.
Yeah. He's good. He is second on their team in scoring to Harrison Barnes, averaging just over 15. Cleva, who is eye-to-eye with Simmons, both at 6'10". Amir Johnson, nice spot by Simmons. As clearly, Amir had a mismatch with a 6'6" Kyle Collinsworth. Nerlens Noel, the former Sixer, currently serving a suspension.
Matthews usually plays well against the 76ers, too. Provides energy, perimeter play.
Rocco, Robert Covington. First three-pointer he has taken in this game. Covington, another three. Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't say he was in rhythm with that, would you? You might thank Nowitzki and his presence for changing the NBA game. How did he do that?
Well, a lot of it had to do with being the best 7-foot shooter the league has ever seen. And what he does as far as stretching the floor and his ability to stretch defenses, that was groundbreaking. Now it seems like it's the norm. Guys and teams are trying to imitate.
Try imitating him at 6'10".
I wish you luck.
Not the usual rim protection in there for the Sixers. Sonny Ilyasova and Dario Saric in charge of that, but with Rashawn Holmes and Amir Johnson both on the bench. Now Simmons matching up with Barnes. That's terrific defense. Ben Simmons, oh, by the way, if you're considering your Rookie of the Year ballot, the guy's been averaging a triple-double over the last 14 games. Saric, a tough cover here, and Smith, who can locate the hoop. Simmons, what a look. Oh, and Ilyasova, unfinished business for him.
Momentum was taking him to the baseline. Would have been better served just laying that up. Hard to stop and dunk at full speed.
Doug McDermott promptly cans the three at the other end. McDermott from Creighton, like another guy who shoots the ball pretty well. Kyle Korver. Fultz in a crowd had it blocked. Simmons and Powell tied up, and we have a whistle. and we have a foul. It's going to be on Simmons. Reddick wanted a rolling Simmons, didn't get it. Ben, however, will roll with the ball himself. Simmons got all the way to the cup and slammed for 2. He's got 10, 3 boards, 7 assists. Powell's three-point attempt off the side of the backboard. Smith again.
He's got a knack for finishing it around the rim, and when you allow him that deep of a penetration, you're at his mercy.
He's going to be good. He's going to be good for a long time.
Absolutely. I was convinced of it when I saw him go into Cameron Indoor Stadium and drop 40-plus on Duke.
That time to seize parting for Sharich, who gets himself a dunk. As McDermott splashes a 3.
They don't call him McBuckets for nothing.
Shot clock is unplugged. They gang up on Smith. This will count for 2.
He's got a lot of game.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of game.
For the game tonight, look forward to the playoffs. TJ, the kind of guy you can put in there, and he could be a disruptor and change the game, hopefully. If it needs to be changed, that is.
Yeah, he will be heard from before the season's out for sure. He's too important. Now Markelle is just getting his chance to shine.
Dorian Finney-Smith, spotted by Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr., the rookie from NC State. Dorian Finney-Smith joining him in the backcourt. Dwight Powell in the middle. As Smith connects again. So again for the Mavericks, Smith along with Finney-Smith in the backcourt. That would be Dennis Smith. A little sleight of hand there. Dwight Powell in the middle. Harrison Barnes, Jonathan Motley the forwards. Barnes, by the way, 3 of 16 shooting in this one for 7 points.
That's ridiculous.
Best three-point shooter in the NBA since March 1st as Simmons goes marching down the floor. Lays it in. He's got a dozen.
What's remarkable is his entire demeanor. If you watch him, you don't know whether or not he's struggling or if he's having a great game. He is just the same all the time. That demeanor will serve him well when battling the ups and downs of an NBA rigorous schedule.
Harrison Barnes hits the 3, and we have another timeout. Brett Brown not at all happy about something.
That ball was in the cylinder, Mark. No. Referees.
Too late now.
Yeah, referees didn't even come close to seeing that.
Boy, good job by Amir Johnson to stifle Dennis Smith Jr., who will settle for a 3, and he buries it. What a good game. 17 points his first 3. Fans getting a little antsy now as the Mavericks have ripped off at 10-2 and maybe threatening to get more. That could be a clear path here as Fultz fouls Smith from behind. He's thinking, Dario's thinking shot, and Bellinelli's thinking screen and roll, and Dennis Smith is thinking I'll get a layup. A forgettable afternoon for Harrison Barnes. He is 6 of 22.
And he's not going to not get the ball anymore. He's going to continue to get looks.
Marco Bellinelli. Simmons. Oh, yes, among the NBA leaders in steals as well. In fact, he is 8th coming in. And Ben promptly finishes what he started. People forget Harrison Barnes was part of the U.S. team that won gold in Rio.
Correct.
Back in 2016.
You were there.
Yes, I was. Following the women. Their crusade to gold. The Sixers running out of time. Covington with a prayer nearly found a home, and Ben Simmons ensuring. 2 more for the Sixers for Ben. 16, 7 boards, 9 assists.
Johnny on the spot, first to get to it, first to be rewarded.
Covington for a 3, putting this one in the win column for the Sixers. Ben, by the way, his 4th steal. Ben Simmons a few moments ago. Covington with 15 and 10 rebounds. The Sixers with their largest lead now at 20. TJ McConnell about to come in for the first time in this game with 2:24 to play. Now under 2 minutes to go on this one.
Justin playing against his former team. Of course, Justin came over last year in that Nerlens-Noel maneuver.
Yogi Ferrell hits the 3.
But you certainly didn't want to jinx anything by expecting too much. Well, I can say the Sixers have exceeded expectations this season.